Cameo, Colorado, along the banks of the Colorado River. 1,800 acres of sportsman's paradise set in the rugged beauty of Colorado's high desert landscape. Cameo, once an Old West mining town. Once the site of a power plant providing electricity for the Grand Valley. In time, its industrial use faded, opening the door for the town of Palisade to acquire the property and partner with Colorado Parks and Wildlife to plan for its future development and rebirth. Knowing that local sportsmen had already found the land inviting for hunting, visionaries with Colorado Parks and Wildlife's Northwest region had an epiphany. Reclaim the land for outdoor recreation and education and build a world-class venue for shooting sports at all levels and firearms education across all disciplines. The Cameo Shooting and Education Complex is what results when the right people with the right passion and expertise are tasked with building something useful and end up creating something truly exceptional. Shooting sports and outdoors enthusiasts, from young novice to the competitive professional, from nearby and around the globe, make the pilgrimage to what many feel is the world's best shooting sports facility.
There are really only one or two other places that are even close to this scale, and there's simply nothing quite like it. It's a huge undertaking. It's going to cost quite a bit of money, but the future of the shooting sports is literally priceless. Maintaining firearms and the Second Amendment and having people understand the safe and fun use of firearms is something you can't put a price tag on, and having a facility like this makes that venture even more possible in this day and age.
The operating principle directing the creation of Cameo has been making thoughtful, sustainable choices and implementing them at a rapid pace. The next step for Cameo follows this same ethos and is driven by an ambitious dream: to connect students and visitors from around the world to the vibrant Colorado ecosystem and foster a new generation of well-educated outdoor explorers and shooting sports enthusiasts. What is planned for this already world-class complex will provide unique opportunities for all who enjoy the outdoor sporting life for decades to come. The bigger picture: to build a multi-building campus consisting of a visitor center and exhibition hall, a native plant species botanical garden, and wetlands ecology park sharing the biodiversity of the high desert ecosystem. Opportunities for school groups to immerse themselves in our Western heritage, science, and natural history. The newly designed Arrowhead Lake, stocked with bass for fishing, and a wetlands riparian zone education opportunity. This complex will complement its natural surroundings and be a home to outdoor enthusiasts. If it's outdoorsy, you can learn about it here. The new visitor center will be home to community classrooms for an unimaginable variety of educational opportunities, local and regional natural history museum displays, 2 flexible indoor ranges for hunter education, public and law enforcement use, and an immersive shooting simulations laboratory, an in-house sporting goods pro shop, food concessions, and additional vendor retail spaces. This will be a place to gather and learn, as well as to simply refuel with a cup of coffee and a bite to eat while exploring Cameo. The new 45,000 square foot exhibition hall has a capacity of up to 2,000 people and additional vendor spaces. It will support events of all kinds: archery competitions, fly casting clinics, award ceremonies, trade shows, industry conferences, community gatherings, and private rentals. Colorado Parks and Wildlife believes in respecting and conserving our wild lands, and the Cameo facility gives outdoor enthusiasts of all kinds a safe, secure, and consistent environment in which to pursue their passions, protecting our public lands from misuse and damaging impact. This next step greatly expands Colorado Parks and Wildlife's ability to educate a responsible, knowledgeable, and skilled community of those of us who like to get outside.
The number one thing that is going to impact the future of any shooting sport is going to be new shooters, juniors, bringing in new people to get involved. And the way to bring juniors in is to bring in families, because as soon as mom and dad approve of a shooting sport, they find that it is safe and it's a family atmosphere. Now the children can be involved as well, and that's the future of any of the shooting sports. And that is what I think is so vitally important about Cameo. It's an education complex. That's first and foremost. They're there to teach people the basic fundamentals of marksmanship, and then any of the other shooting disciplines, they're there to teach before they're there to host people who are already into the sport, before they're already competing at a national level. Cameo's there every day of the week with classes on basic fundamentals of marksmanship, safety, and all of those things. They have outreach programs that, you know, I could list it all the way down my arm. That's the key element. It's an education complex before anything else.
Not everybody's going to be a national level competition shooter, but let's say you're interested in firearms and you like firearms and you're curious as to what it's all about. There is no place like Cameo where you can go there and the people are so helpful. Bigger picture is, how do we promote this further on? How do we push forward the message of the firearms community that it's a fun, entertaining, practical sport? And I think the training and education side of Cameo, sometimes it's overlooked because of the vastness of the facility. But to do a good job of education, you have to have not only the facility, but you got to have really good people. And Cameo has that in spades. And I think that that's important from a shooter standpoint, that we all take a vested interest in pushing forward the education of the future generations.
Built for people who love the outdoors. Built for the seasoned competition sportsman. Built for the skilled shooting enthusiast. Built for those who love to hunt and fish. Built for the law enforcement and military professional. Built for students to educate, inform, and promote conservation and scientific knowledge. Cameo is the first of its kind, the best in the world, and is now chartered with an important mission: to inspire future generations to serve as active stewards of outdoor sports in our Western lands.